So once I'm done, can I just jump off? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our 9 o'clock live broadcast. I'm Todd Strom, Superintendent of Schools. We have several guests with us today that will be speaking to you. I hope everyone is doing well on this wonderful sunny April morning. We'd like to start with some celebrations. We have spoke to our students, especially our seniors, just about the concept that you're always in our thoughts every day. We are working hard trying to provide some opportunities to celebrate when we can. One of the big ones that happens this time of year is the Academic Honors Banquet, and associated with that also is the chance for all of our great businesses, individuals, sponsors to reach out and award scholarships to our students. And we definitely want to continue that tradition and honor them. And we're thinking that this year, even in a virtual format, it may be even more personalized type of ceremony. So I'd like to turn that over to Lance Swanson. He's been directing that whole composition of that event. And this is the week. We're really excited about it. It's going to be a fun time this weekend. So he'll talk about that. And we need to set your calendars and make sure you tune in and have the big screen ready and invite family. It's somewhat similar to the NFL draft weekend we just experienced, I think. So I'll turn it over to Lance Swanson. Lance, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks, Mr. Strom. Yeah, like I said, we were kind of trying to put something together. Obviously, it's not going to be like it has been done historically, but I think, like Mr. Strom said, it might not be in person, but I think we can get just as much accolades and honors for these young students. And we certainly are proud of our academics, and we're certainly proud of these students. So on Sunday night at 5:30, which would normally be the banquet, I think we'll stream live on YouTube our academic honors, and so we'll do that at 5:30, and then typically following that is our senior scholarship convocation, and that's usually about 7 o'clock on the same evening. So on Sunday at about 7 o'clock on a different link on our YouTube will be at 7 o'clock. That'll be our scholarship convocation, and obviously we're still working on all that, but it'll be probably that format. The scholarship one will be much like we do here, only with our high school guidance counselors and of course our high school principal and some of the other folks that are normally involved with that. And so look for the links. They'll be posted on our website and shared out on social media and emailed out to the students as well. So look for that. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Lance. Mrs. Odell, you guys, your administrative team at the high school is a huge part of that. And then our school foundation officers, they're usually a huge part of that planning. And so I know you're working hard on that too. Do you want to give us a little preview maybe of what's on the agenda?
Yeah, we are sure. Yes, we're just looking forward to honor the students who have worked so hard to get where they are. It's going to be nice to have some normalcy. You know, we won't be able to mimic the exact experience that we have every year, but you know, in many ways, this will be something that's new and exciting for students. And so we're just looking forward to being able to celebrate and being able to recognize the students for their hard work. And going through some of the preparation for it is very renewing during this time that we haven't been able to see kids one-on-one. And so we are very much looking forward to being able to celebrate this.
Very good. And just another little teaser, I know you're working hard on some signage for seniors to pick up. And Drew Stansbury's with us too, our tech coordinator, maybe jump in. But we have a couple things. We definitely want to reach out and recognize our seniors and our students, but we also have to somehow organize a collection of technology and other things that may be out there. So I'll let you guys speak a little bit to that. I know it's not finalized yet, but just so people have that information, they know it's coming.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Eventually, we're going to need to get those Chromebooks back from seniors. So like Mr. Strom said, be checking your email. We haven't quite finalized the plans, but there'll be a day when we need to collect those in. And so we'll communicate that information out and we'll have a day where we can turn all that in and get some stuff back from you.
There's an important survey out there right now, right, Mrs. Odell, that they need to complete.
Yes, yesterday we sent a senior along with a letter, a survey along with a letter out to all seniors, and we would love 100% participation in that survey. Currently, we have about half of the students who have responded, which is great. We have until 5 o'clock tonight before we need to gather that data. What that survey is it's asking you about your cap and gown. This is whether you or not you've ordered it, whether you've received it or not. We have a number of them at the high school, but we want to make sure that we cross all of our T's and dot our I's when it comes to getting you the things that you need in order for graduation.
Very good. Thank you. Yep. So once again, reach out, spread the word to other parents, your students, your friends, relatives. That survey is very important. You need to get feedback to the high school administration on your cap and gown, and we'll organize a pickup for that. So thank you all for participating in that. At this time, I want to introduce Becky Eckhart. She's our Director of Student Services, and she'll give us the public health update and then introduce another special guest this morning.
Morning, everybody. I have some updated numbers for the state of Nebraska. Based on our Dakota County numbers, I don't believe the state has updated their site in the last 24 to 48 hours. So while the numbers are recent, they're probably not. The Nebraska numbers are not quite up to date as of where I think they probably are today, but their website says to date, they have tested 23,771 citizens of Nebraska, and 3,358 of them have lab confirmed positive. Again, I know the number is higher than that, but that is what is published right now on the Nebraska site. You've probably heard through the media, our Dakota County numbers are jumping or have jumped over the weekend. We are at 608 lab confirmed cases at this time. The Dakota County Health Department and our Emergency Operating Center have been very busy doing testing. They've been testing for the last 4 days straight. So the more we test, the more likely we are to increase our numbers. So they likely will increase from the 608 as well. Again, now more than ever, you really need to stay home and only go out for those essential items. When you're out in the public, whether you're getting gas or going to the grocery store, remember, you do need to wear your masks. Again, you don't see us wearing masks right now, but that's because we're all alone in our homes or our offices. But should we interact with each other, we do wear our masks. Again, avoid social gatherings. I know we've talked about, they say only gather with your family. What they mean by that is only the family that you live with, your immediate family, not extended family that live in the area. So we really need to limit those gatherings so we can begin to flatten the curve here in Dakota County. As Mr. Strom mentioned, we do have another special guest with us today, Jennifer Jackson. I think many of you are very familiar with Jennifer Jackson. She's an important partner with us through Heartland and our Project Aware grant. And I've been talking to you about the services that they provide both students and staff, and we wanted you to hear directly from Jennifer about all the wonderful services they provide and how you can be proactive dealing with the stress during this difficult time. So welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you. So I have a couple things that I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk a little bit about stress, some things that you can control, and then taking responsibility for yourself, some self-care, coping skills, work-home balance, and then the mental health referral process, or even substance use referral process. So first of all, stress is like a ticking time bomb. And if we don't take care of it little by little, it's going to explode. So stress leads to anxiety. Anxiety then leads to compassion fatigue, which is when we start seeing irritability and things like that, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. And then compassion fatigue leads to burnout. And what that means is when we just lack empathy. It's kind of like when we just don't care anymore, we just kind of give up. So what can you do to avoid those things? Well, things right now feel really out of control. So simple things that you can do that you feel like you can control is like just getting out of bed and making your bed. I mean, it's that simple. Or making a simple schedule for the day, or it could even be organizing a drawer, maybe in the kitchen or in your bedroom, things like that. So these will make you feel better, and it will give you a sense of control that a lot of us feel like is out of control right now in the world. So I know it sounds really silly, but it's really true. Some other things to think about is really notice how you're reacting to frustrations. Are you getting easily annoyed? Do you feel like other people are not listening to you? Are you taking things too personal? You know, if somebody doesn't text you back, are you thinking, oh my God, are they mad at me? Are you jumping to conclusions? Or if somebody didn't email you back, or you're thinking, oh my gosh, are they mad? Again, those are signs that you're taking things too personal. And do you find that maybe even your friends are saying, oh, you may need to take a look at yourself, or, you know, this may be signs that you're overreacting and you're being a little too emotional. So remember, if these things start to happen, these are signs that you're not doing well. And you may need to kick in some of your coping skills. So remember, we all have coping skills. There's good coping skills and there's bad coping skills. They're all coping skills. So we want to lean towards the positive ones. Some bad coping skills may be biting your fingernails, pulling out your hair, yelling, you know, drinking and smoking. Those are bad coping skills. You want to avoid those things. Positive coping skills is really what you want to try to do. So maybe going for a walk, listening to music, talking to your friends, building things, even doing art, playing sports, going for a run, working out, even organizing things again. So 4 things you really need to pay attention to, and that is routine. Routine is so important. 2, limit social media. And I know that's really hard right now because you constantly want to see updates and things, but again, put your phone away, turn off the TV for a couple hours, go outside or do something. 3, you still need to socialize, and socialize again through social media, connect with those people that are important to you. And then 4, listen to quality information. When you get your thing, look for facts again from the governor or even from the health department. Those are going to be really important. Some other things this is more for those of you that work. You have to separate work and home. You have to, because if not, you again are going to get burnt out so fast. So schedule that work time and schedule the home time. You need to separate it. Put your computer away, put your work stuff away. You know, last week there was a day I did Zoom meetings, I think 6 like in a row. And I was like, I was just totally burnt by 2 o'clock. And I had to take a couple hours off. I needed that for myself. So really remembered it to self-care is really important. And when I say self-care, I don't mean this luxurious, like going to the spa and, you know, going for a massage, getting all those things, you know, that's a part of self-care. Maybe self-care is really about noticing your own body and paying attention if you're having aches and pains in certain spots, going to the doctor. Well, right now it's probably going to be through Zoom, but, you know, let's say, you know, I noticed a couple months back that I started having pain in my tooth, in my jaw. And I did go to the dentist and nothing was wrong. It was that I was grinding my teeth. But I noticed that immediately and got in and started using different types of toothpaste. And it's just little things like that. So lots of times pay attention to your body. Your body's going to know it before our brain does. So remember that. Other things is, let's see here. Again, be excited for Fridays, be excited for the weekends. You have to take care of yourself through this time. Self-care is everything right now. So if you do notice that, again, you're a little more irritable, you're having a hard time, I want to talk to you about the referral process of getting into services. So South Sioux City Schools partners with Heartland Counseling in 2 ways. One way for the kids, the other way is for all the staff. So if your child, or let's say you're a teenager and you feel like you really need to talk to somebody, reach out to your school counselor, reach out to your principal, reach out to a trusted even teacher who will then pass the information on. Or if you don't want to go through the school, you can call Heartland immediately and ask for Sarah Cleve, who is our liaison between the school and Heartland. Remember, there's no out-of-pocket expenses for a child that attends South Sioux City Schools. So we still bill your insurance, but if you have a copay or deductible, you do not have to worry about that. We have grants that pay for that. And so we have that covered. Now, on the teacher side or the staff side, actually, this is for all of the staff. If you find yourself getting irritable and needing help, we're also here for you. And we have a discount program set up with the school. So again, there's likely going to be no out-of-pocket expenses for you either. So please call us. It's 402-494-3337. And we're still open regular business hours. We have my front desk staff are all still here working. And we're here for you. We also have a crisis line. If anybody is feeling suicidal, out of control, call our crisis line. That's answered 24/7. And that is 494-7655. 7655. So I think that's it. Does anybody on the call or on here have any questions or things that I missed?
I think so.
Just want to thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah.
You and your colleagues provide a great service for us, and just also speaking to our employees and students and community members that are watching. Yeah, everything that Jennifer says is true, and it's tough to practice it sometimes, but you have to make time for it.
And everything's confidential. I should really push that out there. I mean, everything is 100% confidential. So if it wasn't, we would not be open.
Yeah. And just a word to maybe the community, the people that are in these, the Zoom meetings is a whole different world. I mean, now that we've experienced it for a few weeks now, like Jennifer said, it creates a different type of fatigue. if you're in those Zoom meetings all day and you need to step away a little bit. And as leaders too, if you are organizing the Zoom meetings, and this wonderful group, most of the group that you see on here is part of our administrative team, and my cabinet here is superintendent. And we actually have a meeting after this, a Zoom meeting, one of our daily meetings that we have, but a piece on there, an agenda piece on there is talking about self-care and vacation and just the need to step away. Like you said, not that it has to be a huge break. Obviously you're not going to be taking any cruises or anything in the near future, but just the ability to take a little step away and help each other out. See some of those traits that you talked about that would reveal some anxiety or stress building up, irritability or some of those signs, and see it in others, because sometimes when you're in the game, it's hard to see it yourself, and you need a coach to call that out. So that's a lot of good points, a lot of great work. We appreciate your partnership very much, Jennifer.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me, everybody.
Thank you.
We have another guest that is joining us. Well, she's not a guest, she's a regular member of our team. Laura DeAndran, she's the elementary principal at Covington. And our elementary principals have been working hard with their staff. Also, the teachers have been giving some great feedback and developing a tool that I think many parents are going to be very appreciative of, and the kids. And I know we've been asking for this. So I'll turn it over to Laura DeAndran. Welcome and good morning, Laura.
Hi, good morning, everyone. We, as the elementary principal team, want to speak especially to our elementary students and their families. We miss you all terribly, and we cannot wait to have you back in the hallways. I was just thinking the other day, just how much I've missed interacting with everyone in the hallways and classrooms, and even those fun times. I was thinking about what we would typically be learning about at this time. And I know all of our classroom teachers, just as much as we are missing all of you. One way that we've been supporting learning at the elementary level, most of you know that we have been sending packets home. We sent our last packet about 2 weeks ago, and that did include learning through the end of May. So that packet was quite a bit bigger than the first two that you received. And we still want our families to work with those packets and work through some of the content in that. And that is, again, just to help our students continue their skills and their school readiness with that. We're adding another opportunity today, and I'm really excited to share about that with a lot of the hard work from our classroom teachers and our specialists that we have in our building, and that is the Elementary Remote Learning Hub. This will be found on our district website, and I believe it will also be found on each of our schools' district websites. So you can find it on the main page. Maybe in the weeks to come, you might not see it highlighted on the main page. Just go to your elementary school's website through the district website, and you'll find this Elementary Hub. What your elementary teachers have been doing is recording some lessons for you to watch. And then as parents, you can interact with it. You can watch it with your children. There is a wide range of opportunities and activities for our kids. First graders, have you been asking your parents why the sky is blue? Maybe you've been outside getting a little exercise. Mrs. Perez has a lesson for you on why that sky is blue. And fifth graders, in case you've been doing a little TikTok or Fortnite or something like that, and you've forgotten a little bit about how to add fractions, fear not, we've got some lessons on that as well. So parents, you can access the hub. It will be a site that you can click on. All of the grade levels are there. And we are so happy that our specials and our specialist teachers have also added lessons. So in case you're feeling cooped up, the PE teachers have some PE lessons that you can do in your living room. The arts teachers have shared some drawing links. So there's just a wide opportunity for lots of things. The great thing too is we'll be adding new content every single week. So keep coming back, keep checking in. And we'll be adding lessons just throughout, and know that our staff miss all of you so much. And we look forward to seeing you, even if it's through this virtual format. But we want to keep making sure that you are all learning at home and have lots of opportunities. So thanks.
Thank you, Mrs. Dandrian. Yeah, that sounds great. I think I'll be jumping on there myself for a couple of those lessons. Huh? But those two that you posed, I have questions about those, so I might have to check those out. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the principals, all the teachers that are continually developing new ways to virtually reach our students. And students, I guess I would encourage you also, and parents, if you have feedback for our elementary principal team, or for any of us for that matter, please put things on Let's Talk. If there's ways we can improve it and make it better for you, we will definitely try to react in that manner. So please let us know, give us feedback on what you think about all the stuff that we're turning out. I appreciate it. The next one, we have Jill Gill also with us, but I don't see any questions popping up. And she said earlier she really didn't have an update today, but if you have any questions from an HR perspective, if you're an employee listening, please pose those. She's with us to answer those personally if you have them. The next exciting item would be our food distribution, which today's the day. And Erin Heineman, our Director of Operations, is with us, and she'll talk about that again. We had a record day again, I hear, Erin, from the last one.
Yeah, last Friday we served over 1,000 students, so we're hoping to do the same today. So for the families and students out there, today is the day to come get your free meals. It's available to all students in the community, or all youth in the community, age 18 and under. So same time, same places as you went last week. You can come to Dakota City Elementary, Cardinal Elementary, or Covington Elementary between 10 and 12:30. Or you can look for the buses at the following locations. The first bus will be at Lake Village Mobile Home Park from 10:15 to 11:15. Then the bus will go to Siouxland Estates or Atticad from 11:30 to 12:30. And then the second bus is going to be at Canterbury Village Apartments from 10:15 to 11, Lacey Park from 11:10 to 11:45, and Riverfront Apartments from 12 to 12:45. So please come get your meals.
All right, that's fantastic. Looking for the yellow bus again, correct? If it's out in Boston.
Yellow school bus, yep.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much. Spread the word, like I said before, on all of this, all the information. If somebody's not tuned in, make sure that you spread the word to all your friends, relatives, parents. Talk to your friends, other parent friends, and help us spread the word. Thank you. Next up, we have Doyle Smith, our Director of Maintenance, and he'll give us an update on everything that's going on around the district in his world. Morning, Doyle.
Morning. Morning, everybody. Just wanted to talk today about what we're doing this week and part of next. As you know, we clean a lot of items. The next couple of weeks, we'll be cleaning air conditioning units. So just want to give you a schedule of what we got so far. This Friday, we'll be in Lewis and Clark doing that air conditioner. Monday and Tuesday, I'll be at the high school, and we'll be doing those units for 2 days. Thursday, we'll be at Dakota City. Wednesday, Dakota City, Thursday, Ian Sweat, and then Covington next week on the 12th, the afternoon of the 12th, and all day on the 13th. Exciting stuff, but we'll get them clean.
And it's pretty important for employees to know those dates because you got to be out of there for what, 24 hours, 48 hours? I mean, it's a big undertaking. It's a vapor, it's a mist that covers the whole building, correct?
Correct. It's sort of like it disinfects the units, cleans the coils, and it basically, when we turn them on, it fogs the building and disinfects. So yeah, you don't want to be in there. Not good to breathe. We'll have some signs up on the door telling you we're in there. All the principals are aware of when we're coming. if I didn't mention your building, I just don't have that on the schedule yet. So, but we'll get them all.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Thanks a ton.
Yeah.
All right, Lance. What do you got? What else going on in your department? And what did we have for questions? I know we missed some items.
We've got a couple of questions here. There was some students that on the survey, they saw the signs for the seniors. And Ashley, can you talk about that real quick?
You bet. We, again, we've been thinking about our seniors a lot. They've been at the forefront of our planning. We wanted to do something to be able to recognize them within the community. So we worked closely with this team and Bobier's Portrait Studio to get every senior a sign for their yard. The graphic was sent to seniors, and we're hoping to see those throughout the town. But again, it's a small token of recognition for the seniors who have worked so hard, and we know are having probably a time where they're missing out on some of their lasts. And so again, it's not something that we can replace, but hopefully this is in addition, something that they can keep and remember and be recognized for their efforts during this time.
That's wonderful. Yeah, hopefully we can get those. If they don't have a yard to put it in, hopefully they've got a window or someplace like that, or a hallway or whatever, depending on their living situation. But everybody can give a wave when they go by or honk or whatever. That's awesome.
You bet. And one other thing, Lance, I just wanted to touch on, we plan to distribute those signs one way or another. One way that we're going to do that is when we distribute the caps and gowns. And so if students come to have elected to come to pick those caps and gowns up at the high school, we are going to practice some good social distancing practices, and so we'll be sending logistics out to those students. So it's really important that they continue to check their email, and we'll have it mapped out and organized. We just are asking for their cooperation in checking email and following those directions.
Yeah, that's great. I saw the other day they were talking about it. It's like, this is the best senior skip day prank ever, huh?
Yeah.
It's not funny to joke about, but certainly you kind of have to at some point make light of it. But I know they really miss their friends, and certainly they missed out on a few things. But like you said, we're hopefully going to try and do the best we can to replicate a few of those things, and hopefully we can connect with them in a real graduation ceremony, which we still plan for in June. And we got a couple comments on Let's Talk over the last few days about virtual graduations, and the overall people were, for the most part, people are in favor of doing the in-person real graduation, which we still have scheduled for June the 14th, I believe.
Yeah, and then there's also a makeup date. If that one doesn't come to fruition, we have a date in July. So that's our hope, is that we can have a traditional ceremony, honor everyone. I think there would most likely have to be some social distancing still in play, but our hope is we can do something in person. But if not, we will definitely design a ceremony of some sort, whether it's virtual, whether it's vehicle. There's all kinds of ideas out there. Just know we're not going to leave you hanging. So
we had a question in the chat room about when they were talking about checking in devices, like the Chromebooks was about checking in textbooks. And I'm assuming that if someone has a Chromebook to turn in and they also have a textbook or any other kind of books or materials, like we said, we will ask for those to be turned in at that time.
Yeah, very good. What, our students don't want to keep those for casual reading? I think my library is full of textbooks, but anyway, yeah, we'll get all those back.
The senior group's the one we're obviously most concerned about there with them going on to their next adventure. Yeah. We had a question about summer camps as well, Mr. Strom.
Yeah, right now, we have to follow that directive health measure. So summer camps anyway through June, and I would forecast maybe, maybe just June for sure. We will not be able to be in our buildings, and we won't be able to have groups of 10. So we'll continue to monitor that situation, but right now the June summer camps are on hold. I know a lot of you are also involved in AAU things. I think they're in the same holding pattern until they get word on the directive health measures. So please stay, stay home. Don't be in groups. Keep exercising, at least an hour a day, and keep working on your skills and keep your strength up and your endurance. If you're an athlete, we want you back on that court and field this fall, but you need to do so on your own and personally motivate yourself. I would urge you to reach out to your coaches, be in contact with them on a daily basis, and let them guide you and help you design workouts. And I know some of the coaches have had some Zoom meetings with their seniors. That's fantastic. Just continue to do that. You need to keep strong, keep Cardinal strong throughout this whole process. Any other questions, Lance?
I just checking over. Yeah, I don't have any more.
Okay. We got one just popped up on summer school. I know we're visiting about that as an administrative team. There will be some sort of summer school. What that looks like is to be determined. Virtual is probably the most dominant choice right now, the most logical choice, and then what we focus on. For sure, there will have to be a strong reading component, but we need to keep on top of our statistics. Right now, just if you're specifically a high school student, stay engaged, keep working, gain that credit, show up for your virtual classes and do the work, and stay in contact with your teacher. And if you're an elementary student, take advantage of the new remote learning hub that's rolled out today. And same thing, reach out to your teachers. They miss you just as much as you miss them, and let them know that you appreciate what they're doing. And the principals too. Principals need love too. So, all right, is there anything else? Okay, well, thank you. Enjoy that sun today. Just like Heartland Counseling says, take a little time away. Don't turn into a Zoom machine. You need to take a little break once in a while. So have a good day, everyone. Go Cards.